in self-leadership in general, right? I want you to start to think about how everybody is a leader. And so I had a conversation with somebody before. They said, you know what, Corey, leaders aren't made, they're born. And I said, I couldn't disagree more. And so they looked at me funny. They were talking about, well, you just have to have that it factor when you're a leader. You just have to have like a certain thing inside of you when you're a leader. Like you have to be born a particular type of way to be a leader. And I was like, I disagree. So there's a lot of people who think that leadership is corporate America. They think leadership is taking control of a business. They think leadership is taking control of a team. They think that if my title doesn't say supervisor, if my title doesn't say manager, director, vice president, CEO, they think that for some reason they're not a leader. And so I've met a lot of individuals over my life, and they'll talk about, well, you know, I don't need to work on those aspects of my life because I don't need to lead anybody. I'm responsible for myself. And I say to myself, like, that's quite the contrary. See, the thing that I want you to think about as you listen through this podcast is that in your life, you're a leader. In your household, you're a leader. With your kids, you're leading your kid down the right path. So a lot of people don't realize that's leadership in itself. If you have a child, you are leading your child into the right position. See, some other people may say, hey, look, you know, I live by myself. I don't have a girlfriend. I have a boyfriend. I don't have a spouse, anything like that. So I don't need to really worry about leadership right now. But the thing that you have to realize, you have friends. So you pushing your friends to be better? Or is it that y'all just spend time wasting time? Y'all not growing as a group together. Y'all in the same spot you were 5 years ago. Haven't really accomplished anything. You still talking about what you did 20 years ago when you played football. You still talking about your accolades from high school, but you haven't done anything to push forward. You haven't done anything to push your group of people that you call friends to another level. And so that's what I want you to start thinking about. Like everybody at a certain point is a leader. Everybody doesn't have to be the chief of an office. Everybody doesn't have to be the chief of a tribe. They don't have to be the chief of some business that they created. But you do have to be a chief within yourself. Because there are certain things that I'm going to break down for y'all in a little bit. There are certain things that you have to realize inside of yourself that I have to develop. Now, I'm going to help y'all with that today. But before I even get to that, I want you to understand what area of life you lead somebody or something in. So let's really break that down, though. So I'm going to give y'all some tips as far as, or I should say, I'm going to give you some perspective as far as what goes on and what makes a good leader. See, like the first thing is nothing changes without leadership. So I want y'all to think about that for a second. So nothing changes without leadership. We don't see the change in people. We don't see the change in the world. We don't see change within ourselves. Like, think about how many times you told yourself that you were going to go on a diet, you were going to lift weights, you were going to put your diet in place, you were going to start eating better, you were going to take care of your health. And then all of a sudden you had to go to the doctor and something really had to hit you before you decided to make the change. Think about how many times you said, you know what, I want to make more money. I want to advance my skill sets. I want to put myself in a better place. And then every single year, you haven't learned anything new. You haven't put yourself in a position to get a new skill set. You haven't practiced anything. You haven't tried anything new because you want to live in your comfort zone. Real leadership is the part where you're going to bring yourself out. Real leadership is the part where you're going to tell yourself, I have to push myself into a better position, into a better life, into the things that I want. See, like how many people tell themselves, man, money's not really a big problem. It's not a big deal for me. And then I have conversations with people, and most people around me, they know I like money. Let's be honest. I enjoy money. I enjoy paying my bills. I enjoy having nice stuff. But that's not what really drives me. But the thing is that I enjoy doing particular things with money, so I know I have to get it. See, there's dreams and goals that I have. Like Bob Proctor said one time, he said, my goal is to build a school every single day in Africa. I'm going to build a new school. Without money, how do you do it? See, if I want to send somebody to school, one of my good friends, and I'll probably have him on here later, but one of my good friends said, you know what, I started a scholarship fund. You can't do that without money. He said, you know what, I want to teach pharmacists, I want to teach people, how to get into that field. I want to advance them in that field. You can't do that without money. See, somebody said, I want to fund someone's PhD, or a good friend of mine, he said, I want to fund their PhD. They're going to do research for me. How does that happen without money? How do lives change without leading the person down the path? And I don't want y'all to get focused on money. I don't want y'all to start thinking about, I have to start making money because of all this. That's what Corey's saying. What I am saying, though, is that you have to make some type of change in your life. What I am saying is that you have to learn some type of skill set. You got to start taking care of yourself more. You got to get your health in order. You got to go read a book and learn a skill. You got to be able to go push somebody into a better place. Nothing changes without leadership.